child, I remember noticing that whenever I would be taken through white neighborhoods, I noticed that I would see American flags hanging all over the place, you know, in front of houses, sometimes on street corners. You would see the American flag displayed somewhere. And I looked at this in comparison to the neighborhood I grew up in and the black neighborhoods that I was taken through. You know, whether it be, you know, riding with my family or on the bus or whatever. I noticed that you wouldn't necessarily see an American flag hanging anywhere, displayed anywhere. I mean, except in front of schools and federal buildings, you know, the post office or whatever. But in front of actual homes, I mean, you could drive through black neighborhoods, as many black neighborhoods as you can find all day, and not see one American flag hanging anywhere. Which brought me to thinking about patriotism, being a patriot, being patriotic. Now, I started thinking about this in relation to a big media event that we had last year. Now, before I get into that, you know, let me just say this right here. Now, it's not hard to see which group of people in this country is the most patriotic, you know, as far as if you want to look at it in regards to how many displays of patriotism you'll see. You know, white people. White people are hands down the most patriotic group in this country. You know, which makes perfect sense. You know, when you think about who's basically in control of the things that you see, and you know, the different media outlets, advertisement, entertainment. I mean, for the most part, they control most of American life. So they have a good reason to be patriotic. Black people, on the other hand, well, you know, it's not. I think it's safe to say that black people, for the most part, love this country. Now, as far as being patriotic, I mean, that's a different story. I mean, you know, people from the dominant society, you know, will tell you, hey, you should love your country. You should be willing to fight for your country. You should respect your country. You should support your military. You should support and be behind your fellow Americans, your countrymen. Right? Now, you know, it's no secret that black people have had a very turbulent history in this country. But, I mean, to be fair, black people, we do enjoy a lot of freedoms that people in other parts of the world don't. I mean, we do. Despite of, you know, the obvious hardships we've had in our history in this country. I mean, for the most part, we do enjoy a lot of freedoms. Okay? Now, in saying that, I wanted to bring up a media event that took place, like I was saying, a big media event that took place last year. And that was the fight, the boxing match between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Now, Manny Pacquiao, proud Filipino man, born and raised in the Philippines. Like I said, he's a proud Filipino. Not saying that he's anti-American, but he's proud of his country. Versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, both of these guys have made a ton of money. Both of them have excelled at their craft. The fight itself, for the most part, everybody agrees that it was about 4 or 5 years too late, maybe even 6. It got a lot of hype, but it didn't live up to it when it finally happened. Okay? Now, the thing is, Floyd Mayweather Jr., born and raised in the United States, he is an American. And if I'm not mistaken, the man has expressed his love for this country. So he's also a proud American. Like I said before, he's excelled in his field. And it's safe to say that he's living the American dream. Okay? Now, this fight took place on American soil. It took place in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you go back and you look at that footage, and hey, you ain't got to take my word for it. There's plenty of footage to look at as far as that fight is concerned. You go back and you look at that footage, that crowd mainly consists of white people. And it's safe to say that these people, 9 out of 10, are Americans, born and raised on American soil. The fight takes place on American soil. The fight is between an American and a non-American. Now, if you go back and you look at that footage, you will notice something. You will notice that the American, they're basically trying to boo the American out of the arena. That's what they're trying to do. They are actually cheering for the non-American. Anytime Mayweather would do something, boo, boo, you hear the jeers and the hisses from the crowd. Anytime it looked like Manny Pacquiao was mounting some type of offense, and I mean, let's face it, he wasn't able to do much. He couldn't get the job done. But anytime it looked like he was mounting some kind of offense, the crowd would erupt in cheers. Now, the same group of people that are the most patriotic, the same group of people that will tell you you're supposed to support your fellow countrymen, they made up most of that audience. And they are rooting against a man that has professed his love for this country, that is living the American dream, a fellow American. They are rooting against him and cheering in support of the non-American. Why is that? I mean, hey, Floyd Mayweather, he has some scandals. We know this. But hey, there are a lot of famous people, a lot of athletes and politicians that have had scandals, that have been outspoken, just like Floyd Mayweather is, that these people absolutely love. But they were rooting against their fellow American, their countrymen. They were rooting against him in favor of a non-American winning the contest. Why is that? I mean, wasn't this man representing the United States in the Olympics? Am I right about that? He did compete in the Olympics, right? A proud American. They tried to boo him out of that arena. The reason I'm bringing all this up is to prove a point. And that is that black people don't fall for the rhetoric that these people try to feed you. You know how you're supposed to be patriotic and you're supposed to just be in the, just support everything about this country. Don't fall for it. Because they've shown time and time again that their support for you, well, is very limited. That's all I got to say. Y'all have a good day.